Hello, Divine Beauties. Do you want to know what the most powerful, effective government is on this planet, on this earth? You, me, us, we. God's plan for us is self-government, right? The most powerful, effective government on this earth is the power and the government of the self. How are you governing yourself? How you govern yourself and how you govern your kingdom and what you allow into your kingdom speaks to how you live your life, speaks to how abundantly you live your life, right? So for me, how am I governing myself, right? How I govern my kingdom. So in creating my kingdom, guess what's not allowed? And for me, in my kingdom, I only allow love. There's only love allowed. Love, compassion, joy, peace, fruits of the Spirit. What's not allowed into my kingdom? Judgment, lack, doubt, fear, control, ego especially. Ego has no place in my kingdom, right? Lack, anything that is low vibing is not allowed into my kingdom. That is how I govern myself. That is how I govern my peace. That is how I govern my happiness. That is how I govern my joy. That is how I govern my manifestations and how they come to me, because I focus on the government of the self. The government of the self, if you learn how if you intentionally make steps to grow and to create your kingdom, and you come up with a list, I recommend coming up with a list, creating a list on how you intend to self-govern yourself, right? No one else. Don't give that power to anyone else. You have the power. God said that we are islands amongst ourselves. We're nations amongst ourselves, right? So we have the power to create. We have the power to decide. We are deciders. We are creators, okay? You decide what you are. I am. You decide what the I am is and how that looks, right? So how are you governing yourself? How are you governing all that comes to you, everything outside of you? You really don't have to concern yourself with what's outside of this. You only have to be concerned with governing this, right? And how are you protecting your heart and your mind? In my kingdom, I lead from heart space, because God is heart. God is love. That's all he is, right? And that is how I intend to lead. So be intentional. Be intentional about what you're creating, about what you're allowing into your kingdom. But most important, be creative and be intentional about how you're self-governing yourself. Because the only government that matters, that truly matters, is the government of the self. Okay? If you cannot govern what the self that you are, how are you going to govern anything outside of you, right? How are you going to have any effect or influence on anything outside of you if you can't first govern this, what God has created, given you, this right here, right? So be the seeker, become the seeker, pray, meditate, ask God for guidance, because he's there. He's there to guide you. He's there to give you the answers. Nothing is outside of you. Nothing is outside of you, okay? Because he is you. He is in you. Nothing is outside of you. You don't have to seek outside yourself, okay? Choose to govern yourself with power. Choose to govern yourself with self-control. Choose to govern yourself with love, okay? And intention, okay? Love and light always. I hope you have an amazing day.